Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. See. What's going on, YouTube audience? Mike the Fit Prince back with another video for you guys. Now, before we get into this video, I really want to make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, turn on your post notifications so that you can be notified when I'm dropping other content. Share this video out. Make this thing go out to those who need it. Your friends, your family, anybody who can gain value from this, please let them hear this message, because you know what? It's gonna be a very needed one for a lot of you guys. Definitely for me and everybody, just everybody trying to really optimize themselves as men and women, optimize themselves, become the best versions of themselves, strive for perfection, and do what they gotta do in this life. Do what they have to do so that they can be, they can be on top of their game, okay? Guys, don't be selfish with this information. Just let it be known, let it get out there if you really wanna support. Eventually, I will put links to my Cash App, PayPal, different ways you can support, different ways you can kind of give, and just show your love, man. I don't really ask for too much. It's just whatever you feel according to the value you want to give, go ahead. So guys, enough of that being said, I want to touch on the topic of health and how health is more important than we think in our lives. We need to understand that, man. We need to understand how important our health is. Do you guys understand that your health is the only thing that's gonna be with you as long as you live? I'm gonna give y'all an example, man. My grandfather, he is 92 years old. 92 years old. I just saw him the other day. And I'm like, excuse me, I take that back. 93 years old. Yeah, and he doesn't walk around with a hunchback. Of course he can't do the things that he used to do when he was in his 20s, 30s, 40s. But listen guys, he is a healthy, grown, aged man. He's not out of shape. He doesn't look out of shape, but he's just old. He's not overweight. He doesn't have health issues. He's getting around, talking just fine. And I say that to say, guys, I know we are in a time where trying to keep up with our health is very hard. And I'm going to get to that in this video. I'm definitely going to touch on that. I really want to focus on the mindset that we have when it comes to our health. When it comes to our health, we have this distorted way of thinking how healthy we are. We have a distorted way of thinking about our health these days. And I'm going to go over a list of ways how we kind of look at it. So a lot of us think we're healthy, but we're really not. Okay, we eat certain foods, we do certain things, and we kind of pass it off as healthy. They give us a lot of things on the TV screens and stuff like that, and it's just like, you're doing what you think you're supposed to do, but true health isn't really something you really taking serious, because you're following some other example about health, but it's only going to lead you down a certain road, a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? It's only going to lead you to a certain extent, because it's a lot of stuff that they try to push off as healthy is not, and I'm not going to go into the details. And I do want to make the disclaimer: any information that I say or any that I give, I want to let you guys know I'm not a medical doctor, I'm not a medical expert, not a health expert or anything like that. These are just my talking points, my thoughts. A lot of this stuff is just, my experiences and what I've researched myself, but by no means am I, giving you am I commanding you, am I telling you to do things, hey, listen, like the word says, you gotta let you have to let the counsel of your own heart stand. You have to know what's in your mind. You have to know what you want to do. It is what it is. There's consequences and there's rewards for what you do. I'm not trying to necessarily telling you to do anything. I'm giving you advice from what I experienced and what I know and what I researched, and just trying to give you all the best facts as I can. Trying to give you all the facts. And maybe my opinion might be thrown in there, but it is what it is. I just want to come from a logical standpoint and just give you guys my thoughts, okay? So I'm not a medical expert, just want to make that disclaimer. Another thing that people kind of distort when it comes to our health is that we think a lot of people that are overweight, obese, and everything like that. Guys, listen, that is not healthy, okay? You cannot be overweight. You cannot have so much body fat on you and call yourself healthy. There's something that you're doing that is causing you to gain excess fat. Like anything in excess is not good. You cannot have excess fat and be healthy, right? You're going to those hormones that's in your body. When you have an excess amount of fat, it's going to cause a hormonal imbalance where a lot of times as men, estrogen levels go up. And when estrogen levels go up, you get feminized because that is a female dominated hormone, right? You become less masculine. The testosterone levels have dropped. You're going to start to develop certain things that make you look like women and that cause you to think and act and behave very feminine, you know? So that's all part of health. Testosterone, hormonal stuff, all that is a part of your optimization as a man. Especially if you women out there, like, listen, guys, stop. You cannot you guys cannot just think your beauty is gonna you can't let your beauty go to waste. You have to keep yourselves in shape. You're not gonna be looking like that for the rest of your life. You're not gonna look all this pretty. You're not gonna look cute all your life. The clothes and the makeup and everything like that, guys, don't distort what you think is healthy, with something that's unhealthy. So some foods that we eat are healthy. That's what we think, but we don't care to look at the ingredients of those foods, right? So we don't care to look at some of the foods that we're eating and take into consideration that, okay, well, what's on this label? Well, I won't say label because a lot of people look at labels. They look at the nutrition facts. Okay, this amount of fat, this amount of carbs, this amount of protein, this amount of fiber, sugar, cholesterol, sodium, saturated fat, monosaturated fat, polyunsaturated fat, trans fat, oh man, iron, all the micronutrients now. But see, they like to look at all of those and think that if they get the sufficient amount of that number, 10 grams of protein here, 9 grams of carbs here, 6 grams of fats, guys, come on now. I mean, that's part of it. You need to make sure you're getting the proper macronutrients, absolutely. You also need to be making sure that you have an adequate amount of micronutrients as well. But a lot of you are neglecting the ingredients list because you're putting a lot of toxic poisons inside your body. Did you not know that? Are you really taking your health seriously? So guys, ingredients lists are key. You have to do your research on the ingredients, man, because a lot of the stuff that they're putting in these foods and packaging and selling it to you, a lot of these are preservatives, artificial ingredients that are causing adverse reactions and adverse effects to our bodies. And we wonder why we get sick all the time. We wonder why we have seasonal allergies and things of that nature. Is because we're constantly, every single day, putting these things in our bodies. We can't ignore everything, but we have to make sure we're doing our due diligence when it comes to that. Another thing I want to say is that, another thing that I want to say is that we don't do enough in the gym. We don't do enough when we work out, okay? When it comes to working out, I see a lot of guys out there going to the gym. Well, it's guys and girls, both sexes. We like to just maybe go to the gym once a week or, twice a week and stuff like that. And we go in there, trot on the treadmill, and then just call it a day. We pick up a few weights, and it's just like, we're going through the motions, and we think we did something. We leave, and it's like, oh yeah, I got my workout, and yeah, going in the mirror, posting out my selfies and everything like that, showing the angles, all that other stuff. Cool, but you really didn't do anything. You're not getting anything out of that. We're not taking our health seriously. Y'all not taking your health seriously, man. Because if you're not in there at least 30 minutes, 45 minutes to an hour, maybe an hour and a half, maybe hour and a half. I wouldn't say 2 hours. I wouldn't say 2.5, 3 hours. No, don't be spending so much time in the gym. You need to be prioritizing at least 1 hour, hour and a half at max in that weight room or wherever you're working out, outside, at home, doesn't matter, you know, at the least 30 minutes, you know, high intensity. You have to actually feel the tension on your muscles. You have to actually feel the burning sensations in your chest. You have to actually feel the lactic acid building up in your legs when you're doing certain exercises, when you're doing certain things, so that you can know that you put the work in. You can actually feel like you've accomplished something, because when you go through pain, when you go through trials and tribulations, you come out of it and it's like, wow, I'm glad that's over. But man, don't I feel great. I feel like I've accomplished and conquered the pain. I've accomplished and conquered the tribulation. I've accomplished something hard. I overcame something. You feel like you overcome something because you put your body through pain. You put your body through a lot of tension, a lot of stress. A lot of people go through stress, but it's like, yo, we can't even like get over it. Because we're so focused on how we're feeling now, when that shouldn't be. We can't focus on we can't focus on how we feel in the present moment. We have to understand what has to drive us is that the end goal. Like I talked about in my last video, you have to know what you're doing. You have to know what you're doing this for. You have to know that you have an end goal to reach. Right? So you having an end goal to reach is going to allow you to push through the pain and actually do some work in the gym. Guys, don't just go to the gym to just half butt everything. Stop. Like, it's just come on, man. Y'all gotta stop doing that, bro.